Hey guys, this is the Crypto Jarhead coming with an update, which I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know, but the Thorn Internal Exchange has not launched yet. I can't say I'm surprised. I would have loved to have had it gone off without a hitch. When they said they were going to. But let's face it, it is a start. As awesome as Thorn has been for everything so far, it is still a startup company. And delays are to be expected. So it would not surprise me at all if some of the YouTubers who like to say everything's a scam take this as an opportunity to, prove that Thorncoin was a scam all along. So if I see any of those lately, it looks like I haven't gotten any more referrals from the long-term stake yet. But not surprising, given that currently you can't even buy Thorncoin. I hope that's going to go up, and I am checking on it. So anyway, back to the exchange. I feel your frustration, guys. I was really, really hoping it would open today, right around 4 o'clock my time. I was actually hoping it would be delayed about an hour so I could pick some up on lunch, but neither one of those happened. So anyway, back to what I was saying is there are definitely a lot of YouTubers that go out there and say every single ICO on every platform is a scam. The red flag warning videos, I'm sure you've seen them around. And it wouldn't surprise me if they use this as an opportunity to prove that Thorncoin was a scam all along. I personally subscribe to if the website is still there, there is still hope, even for these guys. Good old Chrysos. As you can see here, I did do a new loan today. Let's just go ahead and see. I highly doubt that was enough to give it a little kick in the pants. And no, it has not. But that's okay. Anyway, getting distracted. Let's see. I do have their Telegram. I went ahead and downloaded Telegram specifically for Thorncoin. But I will be adding official channels to that list as we go along and as we get into more and more programs. It seems to be a fairly reliable way, as long as it is the official channel, to get updates on things that are happening. And as you can see, they have not done another update since earlier this morning when they said that they were going to launch by the end of today. This, if nothing else, this makes me think that there's something else happening. Maybe they ran into another issue and they really want the internal exchange to be launched correctly. And if you're invested in Thorn, or if you're planning on investing in Thorn, you should also want that, even if it means waiting a day or 2 or 3 more than you were hoping for. Because I would much rather wait, even if they delayed it a whole week. That would probably put a huge damper on my idea about selling on the internal exchange and hoping to pick up on the external from the non-believers, people who were figuring this was a scam and were just trying to get out. If their internal exchange doesn't even open until a few days before the external, I'm not even going to try, because the chances of the internal exchange reaching a high enough price point to justify the risk of losing my Thorn before they've really hit the price that I would like. I'm willing to take that risk for a certain price, but it's going to take a little bit of time for that price to hit. And I've been hearing a lot of speculation lately on the price of Thorn. What people are thinking. And I'm hearing a lot of people saying over $200 in the first month. I'm not saying that. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yada, yada, yada. Legal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think my ass is sufficiently covered for this video. I got to get better at doing that at the beginning. Maybe I'll see if I can find somebody to make me a little legal disclaimer video I can just start them all off with. Anyway, as I was about to say, yeah, so I don't think it's going to be $200 before the end of the first month. I know Devore coin was, I think it was like $1.80 something, like $1.83 or something like that, at the end of the first month. However, and I do believe Thorn has a much better platform, has a lot going for it that Devore didn't. You know, there's just an unbelievable amount of hype for Thorn coin, an unbelievable amount of demand. You know, people want it, and people can't get it. And what people want that they can't get, they're going to pay a lot for it. With that being said, though, the whole climate in lending platforms was completely different when Devore was around. You know, now people have been bitten by the BitConnect bug, and what's the one that just went through today? Xander coin, I think it was. Xander coin, I didn't get into it. There's one that just went out today. You know, there's the Cresos flop. Just all this shit has happened, you know, that scare a lot of people. And, I mean, if you're scared, stay out. It's that simple. You know, I'm not scared. I'm staying in. In fact, I'm doubling down as soon as I have the chance to. But the main point of this video is just to kind of try and put some anti-FUD out before the FUD started. You know, you want to keep a cool head. Just remember, there's a reason why Wall Street has switched over to using trading bots more and more and more versus actually having a person making trades and analyzing charts and all that stuff. And that's because logic, or computers and AIs are completely driven by logic. There is zero emotion there. You know, so they have the cool-headedness, if you will. That doesn't really apply to AIs, but you get the idea. You know, they don't have the fear to buy when the price is going down, you know, and they also don't have the, well, I guess, you know, greed to stay in for too long. You know, they're very simple. They're, you know, hey, you know, my goal for this trade is to make 7% profit, and as soon as that 7% is hit, boom, sell. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, it doesn't like, oh, well, man, it shot up in 5 minutes. Let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes. You know, no. It's simple. They just make a trade for a profit, like the exact percentage that they intended to, right? And the reason why that is so important is because they're making money, right? They don't let their emotions get in the way of them making money. And so what I would like to point out to all of you guys is I know it's frustrating. You know, I get it. I'm an investor just like you guys, or just like you're trying to be, you know, and I would love to buy some right now. But don't let that fuel your internal FUD. Don't let that, you know, especially if you've already invested, don't let that scare you that they haven't launched their internal exchange yet. You know, don't let your emotions get in the way of reaching your goal, which should be making money. Because I don't know why anybody else would ever buy into an ICO for a lending platform if they weren't there to make money. You know, so keep an even keel, keep your wits about you, you know, and we'll see this thing through. Remember, guys, it's not over until the website goes down. You know, even Cresos has a chance. You know, they're supposed to hit the external exchanges here in a couple weeks. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was March 5th. I'd have to go look that up. I was planning on looking at that on the 1st of the month. But, you know, we'll see what happens on the external exchange, because right now they've got zero volume. And we can actually check and see how much volume they have had in the past 24 hours, because it's right there on their dashboard. And last time I looked at this, it was like $7 or something. Okay, $36. So, you know, the volume's going up. But it'll go up a whole lot more once it hits external exchanges. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that. And I want to see what's going to happen with Cresos. Of course, I also want them to start paying me daily interest. because it's been, I think, 5 or 6 days since I've gotten an interest payment. You know, and if you notice, I didn't let that, didn't let that fact turn me against them. I didn't make videos saying, "Ah, man, Chrysos is fucked. It's dead. Even if it's still floundering, it's dead and he just doesn't know it." I have heard that. That may be the case. It may be a flop, where they tried and just failed, and they had a lot of issues. Personally, I think this $14 price point absolutely killed them. But it is what it is, guys. Now, shoot, there was one more thing I wanted to go over. I had it when I was driving home, and it's gone. It must not have been that important, right? Yeah, I guess that'll do it. I am planning on staying up tonight, just because, not for Thorn, for some other stuff. So I will be trying to check in periodically with Thorn. I'm going to try and keep it semi-regular. Every half an hour or so, maybe an hour. And as soon as I see that it's open, if I see that before I do go down to bed, I will make a video as I'm buying and immediately upload it afterward. Like, hey, it's open. Here's proof. I just bought this. Definitely not to rub it in your face like, haha, look at all my thorns. But maybe just a little bit. So anyway, if you get that notification bell from me again tonight, it's probably a good indicator that Thorn is open, because that's the only video I'm planning on making tonight. But if not, just remember, guys, a little bit of patience. It's a virtue for a reason, and give them another day or two to launch it correctly, because you need a smooth launch. If you want to make money, if your goal is making money, you need things to go correctly. They need to go right. And one of the things for going right is being on time. I will give you that, because I can already hear the comments. But there are far more important things, making sure that the transactions are correct, making sure that everyone's getting thorns into their correct wallet, so on and so forth. So I would much rather them spend a little bit extra time fine-tuning everything before they launch their exchange, rather than going, well, shit, we told these guys that we were going to have their exchange 2 days ago. Fuck it, let's launch now. And then it's a cluster, and everyone loses faith, and all the FUD starts spreading, and it kills the platform. So good night, guys. Take it easy. I got to work on a closing statement too, man. I don't know.